Hello, my name is Cedric Jenkins, and I'm applying for Vice President as well as Secretary for Pride. I am a film student currently in my 6th month here at Full Sail. We just wrapped up behind the scenes for the month of May, so forgive me if it look kind of rough, but it's been a long, long, long day. So we have a couple questions that you guys had, and so I'm going to hopefully answer them to the best of my ability for you guys. Actually, just so you know, I'm looking forward to meeting you guys face to face. So anyway, I apologize for that. So one of the questions you had was give us an example of how you would provide support for the club if the president were not available. So one of the ways in which I would offer support for the president if the president was not available would be to, number one, make sure that everyone in the organization had access to me, whether that be with my own my contact information for email as well as for phone, and at the same time making sure that I would reach out to all members of the organization. If there was a special event that was going on and the president was not going to be available, I would make sure that everyone in the organization was fully aware as to what was going on, any changes in any programming that we might have, as well as all the contact information needed for myself. I would also ensure that this information was available online. And the best, and that's it. I apologize. I have to, sorry. I would edit this part out, but I think it kind of like says a little bit about my own corny like behavior. But the best way to help in any organization is to just to offer solid communication. Prior to this, I worked for Comcast Communication in a management position. So communication is key for any organization's success. So I just want to make sure that I'm going to be always there for you guys at all times, no matter what, no matter what's going on. So I'm going to ensure that you have my information, and that again, I'm going to make sure to reach out if anything is going on at a special event and there was emergency, so going to get pulled away. I would ensure that there is no disconnection or void in our communication whatsoever. So also beyond that, I would also ensure that if we have any kind of special events where communication is also key for our partners, ensuring that communication was never broken and we were always in sync with one another as well. So I hope that answers the first question. The second question, there was how do you balance being a leader while also being supporting roles in a leader? Well, again, since I did work for Comcast Communication, I worked as a manager, so I supported a team of 15 employees. At the same time, I also have to balance my workload with my own manager, and as well as my vice president of operations. And I think the best way to do that is to, number one, ensure that your team has everything that they possibly need, period, without exceptions. I would make sure that I was always accessible, that I was always making sure that they had everything that was necessary for their success, that I would do everything that was within my power to ensure that my team had all the tools necessary for their success. As far as for leadership is concerned, I think the most important thing is to be there as a solid partner, someone that can be a sounding board for the leader, someone that can understand where they're coming from, to be a support support system for them. If they need assistance and something, if they want to bounce some ideas off of them, kind of be that sounding board, that person where they know that they can trust no matter what is going on within an organization. And at the same time, have open and honest dialogue. If there might be a course of action that they may want to take, and we find that we may want to see if that's the proper course of action, or if there's a better course of action. I think it's the important role of any secondary leader is to weigh all the pros and cons, and also to offer any suggestions on how they can improve anything that might be going on. So I hope that answers the question. And then, of course, secondary question was, for secretary, it says, are you an organized person, and are you detail oriented? Well, I am organized to a degree, and I like to make sure that all my tasks are fully done. I'm very tech savvy. So everything when it comes to my calendars, to my reminders are all online and digital. So I mean, I have reminders going off for all my important tasks for either work or for school, and my calendars have all my work locations attached to them, time frames, with addresses, things of that nature. And when it comes to like work and organizations, I apologize. When it comes to work and organizations, I also again want to ensure that I have everything necessary in order for us to be successful. So that requires your task list to be updated, that that the organization has everything running as a well-oiled machine. So I'm very, very detail-oriented, and I love to use technology to the best of my ability to ensure that I'm always constantly updated, and that my team is constantly updated as well. And at the same time, that my organizational leaders have everything that they need in order for them to be successful as well. Secondary question was, how do you time manage your responsibilities with dealing with work, school, family, and our club? So for myself, school and work, the most important things for me is I came to Full Sail because I really believe that this next career path for myself is something I really truly want to do with all my heart. So for me, I put school as the number one priority. Just so happens that my secondary task is I work study here at Full Sail, and so it's great that I also work here as well. So it's an excellent secondary task. I balance them perfectly. I make sure my coursework is done. I make sure that I have all my calendars updated, that my coursework is being turned into time. And then I also ensure that I'm getting to work on time, that I make sure that if I have to be at work at a certain time, that I'm setting my alarms and time frames well in advance, so that I'm always meeting any kind of deadline that may come up. And then when family is concerned, family is a little bit more difficult right now. My family wants to see me more often. I'm from Chicago, so they would like to see me more often, so I'm trying to balance that out too as well. So as often as I can get home, I will balance out like a weekend if possible. Again, that is the biggest challenge for myself right now, because being here at Full Sail, you're on an accelerated schedule, and then of course with work, it is a tough balance. But I think that ultimately, if you plan as best as you can hit all your milestones as well in your professional career, with schooling, and with your family, and of course personal as well. I'm a big movie buff, so I love going to the movies. So I always have to throw in extra time for those things as well. And I'm also a gamer too, so I'm kind of like an ultra nerd. But anyway, that's all I have. I look forward to meeting you all overall as just with an organization. And if you guys choose me, I want you to know that you can depend on me to be a great support for you guys, and to offer great ideas for how we can propel our organization forward. I look forward to meeting you guys. Thank you again for your time. You guys have a great day.